Hi, I would like a triple grande vanilla latte, extra hot, no foam, one equal, and a double cup.
Thanks, Marla. We'll see at the window. This is one of the many complex drink orders we receive as a barista at Starbucks during our morning rush. Morning rush, or go mode, as the name has recently been upgraded, is a period that occurs between the hours of 7 and 9 a.m., in which our store receives the most amount of drinks. During go mode, our store is usually staffed with 8 people working in both planted and floating positions. We receive orders from the cafe, drive-thru, and through the Starbucks mobile app. Orders are consistent and there's rarely a time of rest during this period from any position. Our store is among a district of 15 other stores, and we are consistently ranked as the busiest. In fact, our store just won ourselves a store party for the highest amount of sales this past quarter. Woohoo! This success would not be attainable without great leadership and direction to be executed successfully by all of the workers. At the height of that leadership stands our store manager, Mandy Pentecost. I chose to interview Mandy for her standout leadership, her 20 years of experience with the company, and because she is someone I look up to. I was curious in interviewing my store manager for what she thought made for a good leader at Starbucks and further an evaluation of herself as a leader. My interview began by asking Mandy what top 3 character traits she felt made for a good leader and why. Mandy mentioned the qualities she looks for in promoting leaders in our workplace actually have a lot of overlapping qualities with people she interviews as new hire baristas. The 3 qualities are interpersonal skills, being able to be quick in decision making, and having the ability to prioritize what's important. She felt of these traits, interpersonal and relational skills were the most important. Being able to get a good read on an individual and adapt to one's communication style effectively is the most important, she said. This goes back to the idea that is presented in Chapter 2 about knowing your audience. Being relational with one's coworkers and customers will make for a good barista and a good leader. Knowing this is the number one quality my manager looks for in people goes to show that she is both a relational and a democratic leader. She also mentioned other qualities she looked for in individuals, and the other 2 are being decisive. Good decision making in a timely manner becomes magnified during this period of go mode. With decision making, Mandy mentioned the importance of being able to and knowing how to prioritize and to prioritize well. For example, say Marla in my first illustration only got 1 cup instead of a double cup. End of the world, am I right? The priority would be to get Marla the 2nd cup she requested before moving on to the next drink order. My next question to Mandy was if she had to remind herself of what it means to be a good leader every single time she stepped into the workplace, or if it was something that came natural. She said her personality type and further leadership style, for the most part, was not something she was actively aware of, except when there was a specific goal that she or the company had laid out. When working towards a specific goal, she tries to be intentional in her thoughts, words, and actions, and communicating to the team as to what the goals are and how they will be reached. A study in Chapter 7 indicates research done by Carl Larson, Frank LaFasto, in which they spent 3 years observing team building skills, and further, they identified 8 different strategies that they believed were essential to effective team performance. The very first listed strategy was to establish clear and inspiring team goals. Through Mandy's vocality of team goals, she is able to create a focused and effective team. My final question to Mandy is what unique qualities in regards to being a good manager she felt that she had possessed and how that separated her from other managers within the district. Mandy mentioned that out of the 15 managers, only 4 of the managers were retiree managers. By that, she meant that a majority of the managers have only been store managers for only 2 years or less. With that, Mandy has seen a lot of change in the company in their time here at Starbucks. She managed through the period of the company in which the CEO, Howard Schultz, stepped away from the company, left for a couple years, and came back. And in that period of time, he completely revamped his old ways and the old ways of the company. As a leader and store manager in the corporate environment, Mandy has stressed the importance of being malleable. She is flexible in that she is able to successfully get behind newly implemented tactics the company has tested and has been able to flex to them. In her opinion, being an adaptable leader is an absolute must. Starbucks, as a coffee company, is known for its fast-paced environment and ability to produce quality takeaway food and beverages. With this fast-paced environment comes stress and pressure from the workers to perform and to perform well. Followers can only be as good as the leader lets them. Leaders in the workplace set the tone for what is expected, and they must organize their followers in such a way that will make them, the rest of the team, successful. Having and honing in on the 3 qualities of interpersonal skills, well-thought-out decision-making, and prioritizing makes for a good leader at Starbucks. Being aware of specific team goals is important for maintaining an effective team, and finally, good leadership comes from experience and the ability to be flexible to new leadership tactics. In short, the stress from the multitude of complex drink orders, like Marla's, can be remedied from good leadership. Thank you.